Hello everyone, welcome to SYNTHFOX channel. Today I will show you how to use our ebb and flow module as a frequency or clock divider. In fact, you just heard a patch that uses both function generators of the module to derive a complex pattern from a single constant rate clock source. There is a generator over here that runs the 20 kilobyte sampler firmware with some 606 samples. Running a logic signal to either of the generator's 4 gate inputs triggers some sample. Each input triggers its own sample, making it 4 samples per bank, with 2 banks total. Here I demonstrate each sample of bank 1 by triggering it with a constant clock source from 2CK. I ran the same clock through an off-screen passive multiple to get copies of it. One copy triggers a sample directly. I run another copy to ebb's sync input. You can see it started repeatedly firing a slope. I use the slope to trigger the kick drum sample. Suddenly, a basic beat pattern emerges. This means that the slope cycle is now 4 times slower than the clock signal, so this is now a clock divider. The division can be set using the ebb time setting. This works because when triggering ebb through its sync input, any further triggers on that input are ignored until the slope finishes decaying. By altering the slope timing, we select how many clock pulses it ignores before firing again. And don't forget that ebb's decay time is wide range and voltage controlled. I'm using con as an LFO to modulate ebb's time for a more interesting beat. The same exact trick can be done with the flow function. The process is exactly the same. Here I get another copy of the clock source and patch it to flow's trig input. The rise and fall time settings determine the divisor together, but the cool part is the resulting divided pulses width can be controlled separately using the rise setting only. Setting it full clockwise will result in a very short pulse at the up output, since it indicates the time flow spends rising. I'm going to use the flow output to control bank switching on the generator instead of triggering a third sample. The up output now fires a short high gate for each few source clock pulses. I patch it to the bank select option on the generator. It's easy to alter the pattern by tuning the clock division rate with the fall time setting. To make the beat more diverse, I will run the clock source to shift core generator's clock input to get some stepped randomness. A copy of this clock created by shift core generator is then sent to pulse the slopes for clock division as before. Now the stepped random voltages can be used to modulate the ebb time and the flow fall time for randomly evolving divisions. And just like that, a pattern generator is created. It can be brought to relative order by setting the CV attenuverters to noon, thus disabling external modulation. And back to chaos by re-allowing external modulation. And there you have it! Ebb and flow used to create wicked patterns from just one clock pulse. Don't forget that ebb goes well into audio domain and can be used as a SAWTOOTH suboctave generator. I hope this demo inspires further slope exploration. Thank you for your time today. I've been Aubrey. Catch you later.